everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm ASMR Leah Love, no, Leah Love ASMR. So today I'm going to be doing some gentle talking and triggers. I have a few triggers here, so I hope you enjoy it. And today we're going to be talking about stress. I'm quite stressed filming this video because this is my first ASMR video, and I'm stressed about this light on my camera that's doing weird things. Do you see that? You know, you have to deal with it as it comes. So yeah, you know, I'm the kind of person who I tend to let stress hold on to me, and that's really not a very good thing, because it can ruin the rest of your day, you know. And I heard from somewhere that you know, you might have a bad start to the day. You might have a bad start to the day, but that doesn't mean that you have to make the rest of your day stressful or bad. It doesn't mean that the rest of your day is stressful or bad. It's like saying the positive in things, you know. When I'm in a bad mood, you know, sometimes I could go off on one, you know, I go off on a little rant or whatever, and I find it hard to sort of chill out, you know, especially if it's to do with other people, if someone's been rude to me, or I'm worried about something I said and I didn't mean it a certain way, you know, loads of different sort of things you get stressed about when it comes to socializing or working or whatever, friendships, family. And yeah, so you know, stress, it's like one of those things that doesn't leave life. You have to live with it for, I don't know what I'm talking about. You have to live with it, you know. And it, you know, it can be, it can just, it can suck, especially if you're already quite an anxious person, right? So yeah, this is going to be a true rambling session. I'm not a professional. I don't know about any professional advice about how to handle stress or whatever. But I think, you know, a lot of us come to the ASMR channels to relieve our stress. And, you know, I thought, why not make a video about talking about stress? That could either be really good or be even more stressful. So, I don't know, we're going to try it out, right? So, yeah. I do like a bit you know, with ASMR scissors, I think that's do you see what I mean by that light? Trying to snip it, get out of my video, you know? So what you want to do when you ever have any negative thoughts, what I really struggle with is negative thoughts, right? So say something bad's happened to me in the day, or something that I didn't expect that has made me feel a certain negative emotion, you know, I have a negative thought about it, right? So what I often do is I let this negative thought impact me in the rest of my day. And what you gotta do is just cut it out. Just gotta cut it out of your mind, you know? You have a negative thought, and that negative thought isn't necessarily you. this is what I read, about like sort of handling stress. It's just something that's arised in you. The thought isn't you, it's sort of like intrusive, it sort of comes into your head, but it doesn't necessarily define you. What defines you is how you react to that thought. That's what defines you. So don't judge yourself if you've had negative thoughts or anything like that. Everyone does. I do. Everyone does. So try not to stress too much about it. Easier said than done, but something I like to think when I'm having negative thoughts is that my negative thoughts aren't me. My negative thoughts aren't me. My negative thoughts aren't me. I am how I react to my thoughts, whether I choose to ignore it, or maybe not ignore it, but you could perhaps observe it. I've heard that's a good thing to do. Again, I'm not a professional, but observe it, like a cloud passing by in the sky. Sometimes you might have a thought for longer than you want to have it. It's like recurring and it's giving you these emotions. I think it's important to let yourself feel these emotions. And not judge yourself for having them arise in you. The only thing you can do, the only thing you have control of, is how you react to them. So that's what I like to focus on. Cool. Love a good ASMR scissors. These are my eyebrow scissors. I use them to trim my eyebrows. Usually they come in manicure sets. Like I got this one out of a manicure set, and you use them to trim your cuticles. So like if you don't know what cuticles are, you push back the skin. I don't really know what they are. I don't do my nails a lot, but my sister said you can push them back on your nail, which exposes more of the nail bed, and you cut it off. So that's what these are meant to be for. But mine I use to trim my eyebrows because I get really long eyebrow hair. Kind of like an old man, like when old men have like really long eyebrow hairs. Cool. What to do? I'm gonna do Duck. So his name is actually Duck. I know, very creative. So Duck is my nightlight, and in a spirit of full transparency, I'm scared of the dark. So just give him a little tap, and he sort of. Do you see what I mean by that light? It's like there. Oh well, we deal with it. He lights up my room at night, and I love him. He's got dangly little feet, and he helps me to sleep. So, because I'm scared of the dark, my sister bought this for me, and because it reminds her, it's like goofy and it's kind of funny, she said it reminds her of me, so she got it for me, and she knew I'd love it because I love silly stuff like this. So yeah, so his name's Duck. So yeah, I have a bit of a fear of the dark, and it's cool to have those fears. We all have fears. Yeah, and this is kind of like a metaphor. Like, don't let people dim your light. I'm sorry, this is all like really off the cuff, but you know, who doesn't love a good ramble session, you know? So this is really nice. If you have trouble sleeping at night, maybe you do get scared at night, you know, don't judge yourself, you know. People might be like, oh my god, you're like a fully grown adult, you're scared of the dark, you joking, like, but no, it's okay, like, it's all good, like, who cares? You have to tell anyone that you have this fear of the dark, you know, unless it, you know, comes into a situation like maybe you go camping and then, you know, it's dark and you're like, shit. Sorry. You know, get yourself a little nightlight. Maybe a cute one like this. I have a polar bear one as well, but it doesn't have any batteries in, so we're gonna stick with Duck. And he sits right by my bed at night. So yeah, I think it's really important to sort of like buy yourself things that will help chill you out, calm you down, and stuff you enjoy. Like a good candle, a good goofy nightlight, some, you know, aromatherapy, a diffuser, a comfy mattress, a giant pillow. I've always wanted to like sleep in a giant dog bed because dog beds always look really like comfortable. You know, I've always wanted to sleep in one, like a giant one made for a human, not like an actual dog bed, but like, you know what I mean. Right, what to do next? What could this be? So, speaking of buying yourself things that you would like, or would help you with stress, sorry. I've got this scalp massager. This is the best feeling in the entire world. If you haven't got one for yourself, I really recommend you get one because it feels amazing. So what you sort of do is you just like pop it on your head, but I'm sure you've seen it, like, or just say the obvious. But yeah, they're super relaxing and I love ASMR with them. Like, get one and like do it on your friend and they can do it back to you. It's like super nice. You can get like rainbow ones, and I just have this I used to have a rainbow one but I lost it. I have no idea where it went. I don't know how you lose a whole head scratcher, but there you go. I managed. And that's okay, I just bought myself another one. So yeah, and the good thing about head scratchers is that the box sounds great too. I love a good opening sound. Like with boxes, or like I love lip gloss, like opening and closing lip glosses. And I would have used a lip gloss in this video, but I couldn't find it. I have a clear lip gloss that I use, and I don't know where it went. I tried looking, but I don't know where it's gone. So we have the small and the big one. I do small one. I think the bottom's the best to tap on. Big one. This one sounds more like rain. Hello, hello, hello. Is anybody there? Air? I'm sorry, that was cringe. Love a good head massager. What to do next? Mini tub. Can't really hear this one. It's a cute colour though. I love pink. It's not really hitting the way that I want it to hit. How about we do the big tub? So this is my, in the spirit of again treating yourself, this is my Indian clay mask. Yeah, it's really good. But I haven't used it in ages and it's really old, as you can see from the lid, and I had to clean it off for this video. It's a very matte sound, do you know what I mean? For either like really crisp or like a really matte sound of this very matte, you know. I'm not opposed to matte sounds. It's kind of sticky as well. Let's try the bottom. That's even more matte. Yeah, so just like treat yourself to a nice little face mask. Why not? I love that like most of my advice to this video is like treat yourself. Clearly my way to relieve stress is buying things. Whether that's good or not, who knows? But you know, it's nice to treat yourself every now and again. You know, you can't like go your whole life without treating yourself, because you deserve to sort of, you know, spend your hard-earned money. Or someone else's hard-earned money, I'm joking. Not unless that's what you like doing, you know, no judgment. I've had enough of that. I have a fan. My boyfriend gave me this fan. The light looks so cool. Oh my god, can you see that? There's like a little reflection. That's so cool. So it's been really hot where I live. So this is come in handy. So, you know, when you're stressed out, I think it's really important to accommodate yourself. You know, if you're feeling really hot, like do something about it, and I don't know, put thinner sheets on your bed or get a cute little fan. Yeah. It has 3 different settings. I love watching like the fans like stop spinning, you know. I find it like really calming. I love visual ASMR, you know. That's nice. I've got my brush, but it's very dirty. And by dirty, I mean just has lots of my hair in that I didn't pull out. I don't know if I'm exactly proud of showing that. when I was in school. Okay, actually I didn't do this during school. I was just trying to seem relatable. But I've I really enjoy doing this thing like on paper where like it's gonna be really hard to draw like this. But you just draw like a bunch of blobs on a page. And you like colour them in. Oh my god. This is so unsatisfying. Some people are like really good and neat with it. Should I draw you? Right. Oh yeah. You ready? Ta-da! Isn't it cute? But yeah, no. I love doing this sort of thing. It's like you could do really small ones and then like fill up your page with like really tiny ones. And then like once you've completed it, it looks so cool. Super cute. Love it. Cool. Oh, I thought that was gonna have a click sound. Right, so to sort of finish this video off, I realised I didn't really give a lot of good advice. But ultimately, I would say, I'm not like a health professional, but do what makes you happy in your spare time. Like you can get stressed from loads of different areas of your life, like your family, work, your relationship, your dog, the fact that you don't have any of those. And I think what the most important thing to do is to be patient with yourself, love yourself, however you love yourself, like by maybe buying a few nice things for yourself. By, if you're feeling emotions, giving yourself some room, some space to feel them and not, acting on them immediately, just giving yourself, emotional room is what I like to call it, which I need to do more often because I don't. But yeah, maybe you could write a list or something that, like, some things you like to do that helps you deal with stress, maybe some positive affirmations, or things that remind you that if you're, when you're feeling negative or having negative thoughts, that, you aren't those thoughts and you're not your negative emotions, or, emotions that make you feel sad or scared or angry or whatever it may be. You're not those emotions, those just arise in you, they come and go. That's what emotions do. And sometimes they indicate things like boundaries that need to be set, or sometimes they come out of nowhere. Emotions are a funny thing. But ultimately I urge you to just love yourself, and yeah, just love yourself. And you are your number one person, at the end of the day. Look out for yourself first and foremost. There's like a saying about like when a plane goes down. I'm sorry, this is not nice, but when a plane goes down, you don't put on someone else's sort of like life mask first you put on your own, because if you put on someone's, or you try to put on someone's, and then you end up passing out because you're not breathing, then you can't even help the person next to you, or you probably won't help them at all because you haven't helped yourself. So help yourself first and then focus on others. Seriously, because that honestly has really helped me in life. I've focused way more on other people than I should have on myself, and I think that's something that I'm realizing as I'm getting slightly older. You know, it's really important to focus on you first and foremost. People are really important, and obviously there are priorities at certain times that need to be taken, but overall, if you're a bit of a people pleaser like me, or you need to focus on more on yourself, maybe you're not a people pleaser, maybe you just you don't focus on yourself a lot, I just would urge you to do that. You know, find out more about yourself, about what you like to do, you know, something that you genuinely enjoy, you know, that doesn't have to involve earning money, or it doesn't have to always involve your friends, it doesn't always have to involve your partner or your family, something that you like for yourself. If that involves people you love, then that's great, you know, but I think it's really important to show attention to yourself like you would any other person, if not more, you know. That's my advice. I don't know if it's good advice, you know, obviously, like I said, I'm not professional, but that's what I do to help me chill out. And also to help me chill out, I think about like the kind of person I want to be, and who I want to be. You know, I sort of like think in the moment, how do I want to react to this situation? Or, you know, oh, I have this feeling arise in me. What would the best version of me do? And I have my own image of what the best version of me is and would do in that situation, and I have cultivated that in my mind. So I just urge you to maybe think about, who do you want to be, you know, and cultivating that in your mind, and letting that help you navigate your life in the future, you know. And I really hope that version of yourself in your mind that you have is positive. So yeah, hope you enjoy this video. You reminders, you are enough. It's okay to have bad days. Don't believe everything you think. You are so very loved. Be kinder to yourself. Everything will be okay. And tomorrow is a new day. And I hope you enjoy the day you're about to have, or the night you're about to fall asleep to now, and I hope you enjoy the day after and all the days after that. And yeah, thanks for watching my video.